is the Lowrider ST worth it? Let's talk about it. Alright, what's going on YouTube? FXDLS Brooklyn is back in the building, and let me actually keep the speed to something reasonable so I can talk to y'all about this topic. But I'm picking this up from a previous video. If you saw it, then I'm actually doing my first bike trip with your girl Jenny. We currently have the Lowrider ST packed out. You know, that's both bags, as well as utilizing the luggage rack, as well as her wearing her signature backpack, as well as riding 2 up. So this is probably the max amount of weight we're really putting on this bike. And I just had this revelation this morning, and again, I know a lot of you have been requesting more and more of the new Lowrider ST content, and for damn good reason. Like, this is a very hyped bike right now, probably the most hyped Harley Davidson, and what I'll tell you is, believe the hype. You know, as someone who's been doing the damn thing for a while on Dynas and FXRs, I will 100% tell you, you need to believe the hype on this bike. The hype is real, the hype is legitimate, the hype is valid, and that's coming again from someone who's been doing the sport touring thing before Harley Davidson gave us the gift of the Lowrider ST. So I've talked about this in previous videos, but I just had this revelation this morning of hopping on this bike and easily prepping it and easily having it prepared to do a week-long 2-up bike trip with my lady. And the revelation that I had was, this bike is so capable for doing a bike trip right now, and I've done next to nothing to the bike. So I changed the exhaust, which has nothing to do with touring capabilities, right? The only thing I've done to make this thing capable for a bike trip is I threw on the Saddlemen SDC Pro, which obviously you're gonna need that because I do a lot of my bike trips 2 up these days, so you know, we need a comfortable seat for myself obviously, but also your girl back there loves those gel pads in the SDC Pro. Obviously we had to throw passenger pegs on this bike, something that doesn't come stock. And we threw a luggage rack / sissy bar on this bike. And that's it. Like that's literally all I did, and this bike is as capable of a tourer right now as my Dyna Lowrider S, which is the bike that, you know, I've put in 7 years of work to make it the sport touring machine, right? So the fact that you are getting this bike out of the box, being able to confidently do a bike trip, like basically straight out the box. I will say straight out the box if you don't plan on doing a 2-up like I'm doing.
This is a reminder for you to like and subscribe to FXDLS Brooklyn. Click that button down below and stay low.
As well as stripping the bike down. You know, if you want to take the bags off, take the sissy bar off, this and that, then 100% being a performance powerhouse in your twisties, in your New York City chaos, in whatever you're doing, having the versatility of this bike, and then also being able to do the bike trips when you want to, that's what sport touring is about. And I've put enough miles on this given bike at this point to be able to tell you that this is the bike that 100% will do its stock, man. And that is a crazy thing coming from the world of Harley Davidson, where we are just so used to having to do this and that to have a bike be capable and personalized to where we want it. But again, like, that's my message to you all, is if you're about the bike trips, if you're about the heavy mile days, but you're also about performance, if you're also about having a bike that just handles well, a bike that moves when you want it to, a bike that glides like a magic carpet in terms of suspension, a bike that stops well, the wind deflection that you're going to get. If you want all those things for the price that you're getting it at. I'm just telling you, y'all, for someone who's been doing it for a long time, and for someone who's gone through the blood, sweat, and tears to do it on my Dyna. If you're in the market for a new bike right now in the year 2023 or onward, assuming that, you know, if you watch this video years later, if they're still making this bike, I would hands down tell you to buy one of these bikes. 100%, man. Damn, is that beautiful? This is what motorcycles is all about for me. The bike trips, escaping New York, you know? And without sacrificing performance. That's the Lowrider ST, man. So, that's what I would tell you is, again, coming from someone who, you know my track record, you know I do cross-country trips on bikes that were not meant to do it, aka the Dyna platform, the FXR platform. And coming from that, from someone who is from that riding style, this bike is the dream, man. This bike is the absolute dream. My disclaimer on that, I've never been a bagger guy. I've never needed to go up to a bagger. I'm also not a big guy, you know, in terms of height and weight. I am the median height and weight here in America, and a Lowrider ST, a Dyna, and FXR, all those bikes fit me perfectly, right? If you're a bigger guy, or if you're just someone that really likes the bagger platform, I would say the next thing I would consider is the Road Glide ST, which is something my dad's actually thinking about. But if you don't feel like you need to move up to a bagger, if you are someone who is about the Dyna and FXR lifestyle, assuming you've either owned those bikes or you test ride them, then I'm just gonna honestly tell you, test ride the Lowrider ST. Save yourself many a headache. Trust me when I tell you that Harley-Davidson did their damn homework with this bike. From when Harley sent me this bike in the fall to now, when, you know, after putting all those miles on the one that they sent me, there was just no going back, man. The second I had to drop this bike back off at the dealership, I immediately missed it. And then here I am, what, like 6 months later, owning my own. So it left an impression on me. I'm happy with it. This is now my main road bike, and I want the same for you, my subscriber base, or if you're watching this, I want the same for you. I want you to have what I think right now is the best Harley-Davidson available. That will go down if they ever stop making it. I think this will go down to be in your cool guy status of the FXDXT, you know, something like that. You know, they just nailed it with design-wise and model-wise, and it's also just a damn good-looking bike aesthetically, man. But as I hit this little curve right here, it's nothing like the Dyna. It handles closer to an FXR. And I'm just grateful, man. I'm grateful to be around right now, to be able to put miles on this and to call this bike my own. So don't sleep on it. If you're in the market for a new bike, I'm telling you, test ride it. This video is like not sponsored by Harley-Davidson or anything. I did buy this bike on my own, and I'm being real with you. So as I continue my miles, heading on up into the mountains, whether you're on a Dyna, an FXR, a bagger, or a new Lowrider ST, I hope you stay safe and I hope you stay low. Practice positive mental attitude, and on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.